seems so good, pretty good so far. These caps are loose at the moment because I wanted to make sure. If I had mounted all of these tight and then up the head, there would be of warping like this as I did it, and we could run the risk of potentially cracking the camshaft if everything is room for it to move within these. This one's a good example, like heaps of space to move. Not that it needs that much, but I like to just err on the side of caution and leave the caps until last. So now we can move on to the caps, but it is pretty late out. I just wanted to make sure I got these done properly and we don't have to worry about that in the morning. And so I'll leave these all nice and loose so I know exactly where I'm starting from, and I'll dribble some of that assembly lube down the chain as well before I forget, to make sure that that's also completely lubricated as well before we start turning. Pretty happy, and tomorrow is going to be even better. Oh, progress is coming along in leaps and bounds now. So I've obviously got the cam gear and the chain and everything installed, mostly because I don't have that torqued up to spec as yet. It needs to be 74 Newton meters, which is actually quite a bit of torque. Harmonic balancer solution yet. I'm still looking for a replacement. I want to be able to safely lock in the bottom of the engine and all. I do that up, so I'm going to leave the cover off and I can just move on to the next bits, which are pretty exciting. At least I can still that'll be a little bit of fun. Not an abundance of space there, but should be right. Here's the old head, and I intentionally left all of these in place, these studs, just to make sure. So the valve cover bolts as well. All of these will have to come out. At least I know that they're all in the right place and they haven't been lost. So I'll get to removing these ones and putting them on, and we can move towards getting, say for example, the power steering installed, all that, with the exhaust as well. We can do a whole bunch of stuff before we have to worry about that gear and the cover and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've got plenty to do, which is really nice. Just thought I'd bring the old here to move things over, and I figured I might as well trick if you don't have the right tools to get these studs out. So what you do is you get a nut and you put it on, get another one and you put it on the correct way. These particular style on the flare here, so they bite into it. And what you do is you tighten up the outside one when you find it. Yep, like that. Like that, and then you just, you know, make them really tight against each other, and then once you get your spanner on the inside nut, and then you can crack the stud like that, so it's still a bit tight, and then you should be able to use this if you've got them to bite into each other well enough. Yeah. And then to release them, you just go in the opposite direction. You put your spanner on the inside one and you twist it that way, whilst you've got your ratchet or twisting that way. Actually, you know what? I can probably do this against the housing to show you. So you just do something like that, 2 hands or not, and then boom, we are sort of. Oh, we're actually bringing the stud with us on this one, but that's alright. So yeah, it'll take 2 hits, and it's a super easy, clean way to do it without damaging anything. Sometimes you might get a twist or vice grips or something like that on the collar here, but it might still hit the threads and that'll be a problem. You've also got little Torx heads here, if you can focus. Guys, female Torx, you can put it on there as well, but if it's really tight in here, you might strip that, so that's a bit hit and miss. The 2 bolts, the 2 nuts on the stud, tried and true, works almost every time.